Pack your bags, it's time to hit the Comic-Con highway and find out where this week's Comic-Cons, signings, and events are taking place. And even where to find your favorite creators and where they're going to be this weekend. This show is brought to you by Geek Insider. Get your geek card updated and stay in the geekin' know by joining and subscribing to Geek Insider today. ComicBookAdvocates.com, where the love of comics comes first. And ConventionScene.com, where you can see up to an entire year of conventions and make your plans well in advance. Thank you for joining us today for the forecast. We're going to tell you where you should be heading and what is going on this weekend on the COMiX CON Forecast. So buckle up. This show is announced by Mr. Anderson, the Comics Advocate. Hey everybody, what is going on? First time back in almost a year. It's been crazy. We missed doing this show for you guys. It's great to be back, to be honest with you. To be back doing this show. I'm pretty proud of that fact. For those who don't know me, I am Mr. Anderson, the unboxable advocating creator known as the Indie Comics Devil, who will tempt you with his devilish tales of fetish monsters and more. I am the giver of free hugs and spanks, and we're going to be talking about, hopefully, me getting back on the road so I can give out more than just virtual hugs and spanks. By the way, Merry Christmas. For those who don't know, certain people actually celebrate Christmas today. I happen to be one of them with my family. So for the Ukrainians in the house, this one's for you.
Щасливого Різдва.
All right, so now we're here for the Comic-Con highway and its forecast and the news that's going on with it. We don't have a forecast for this weekend per se, but we do have a show to talk about coming up very soon. But I also just wanted to take some time, being the first show of the year, and explain what this is. Some people haven't even seen this. That's how long it has been since we have done it. So this is, all right, so if you go to right now, and I'll show you. So if you type into your browser, it's really, really simple. AdvocateComics.com. AdvocateComics.com. And I'm going to put it in the search bar so you guys can see it. And here we go. It brings up the Comic-Con forecast, which is right where we are right now. And it tells you all about the Comic-Con forecast. This is our hub. It shows you, this will change every week as we have a forecast map. I recently updated it. I'm not sure how to look in the StreamYard. I might even have to check out changing it to see if we can make it fit better, because I realized that I haven't done this in so long that the last time we did it, I was using a totally different program. This was back when we were using, believe it or not, and I'll show you what we were doing last year. So this is all the way in 2018. So this is our third year coming up of doing it. So this is how we all started. Now you see how it doesn't really show fully in here. So I might actually go ahead and make this a different size and update it. Now the placard that's holding in place for the empty ones is perfectly fine. We'll just update it to give us more room, and maybe we'll have stuff on the side of it now. Now that I know the size of it, I can play with it because I've seen it live on the StreamYard and we can play with it. But this is how it looked. And of course, you're seeing in the background right now the new map that we're going to have going forward. And we're going to be doing a lot of great stuff. I can't wait to be talking about forecasts with you guys, because that means that there are actually going to be conventions. Right away, a lot of people will tell you, and probably rightfully so, that especially the short term, we expect very little as far as giant conventions. So this forecast map might not fill up for a few months. We'll do these shows as necessary and hope to get to a point where they're weekly again. But for now, like I said, I wanted to come on and talk to you about it. We do have a reason to have this show, because this show will also encompass not just this week, but a 4-week traveling calendar. And you can see here, and I can actually make it a little smaller so you can see, we've separated all of these by months. And here you go. So when you're not extremely blown up, because we blow things up for our co-anchors to read and for you guys to see better, but when you visit it, it'll look like this. The entire calendar month laid out for you. And then when you want to go, okay, let's say that you have a vacation in May you want to take, or you want to see what's going on in August because you're going to have some vacation. You can click that and go to there. If you just want to see, and this is a pretty good tool, okay? We teamed up with Convention Scene all the way back in 2017, and every year we advocate for them because they are one of the best tools out there. They're not perfect. They sometimes have things that aren't that factual because shows do get canceled, and they don't update Convention Scene. They just cancel and never bother updating them. We try on our end to reach out to Convention Scene and go, hey guys, just so you know, this person canceled it. I say that right now because please understand, it's going to be a hard year to do conventions, at least I foresee for the first 6 months. We will not be going to this site like we once did until we can get a feeling that there is more so something going on. A perfect example here is the Wizard World Philadelphia Comic Con, which if you go to their landing page, doesn't even register that they're happening. They don't have a mention of it. I'm sure that this is something that they told them, and now we don't know what's going on. Even if you go to their shows here right now, they don't have a lot actually updated here. But I think these are supposed to be online things that they're doing. Yeah, virtual experiences. So it's going to be a tricky year. Now, over here, I believe that this is actually a real show that they're trying to do in June. We do have some more coverage of that coming up, but I just wanted to explain why we do Convention Scene and how that works and guide you through it. This is not going to be the best year ever as far as conventions go, at least in the start. But it's important that you do try to support them if you feel safe, and when we get to a safe place. And of course, once we get there, we'll start grading the cons again, and we'll start talking about all that. And of course, here's the schedules. The best convention schedulers in the world, and that's Convention Scene. So let's dive into it. So now you know how to get here. Like what we talked about, you go to advocatecomics.com. You go directly here. You go to January. So when you go to January, oops, sorry. Wrong one. That was just our news. Here you go. That's August news. We'll talk about that in a minute. So click on January. And then when you click on January, here it comes. You have all the forecasts for January every week. Now you'll notice we actually have one of the forecasts in. We didn't have a forecast for last weekend. We don't have one for this weekend. But we do have one for next weekend. So here we go. You click into that, Dland, and you'll see, and the forecast map will be updated the week of. We'll wait till the week of, like we always have, to update the art and put the art in place. But here we go. The Dland Show is going to be going on. Roland Mann's going to be there, and it's a great. I've never been to Dland. I was supposed to last year, but the person who puts it on, one of the promoters who's part of this, is amazing. So I expect nothing but amazing. And we will come over. We'll talk about some guests. Make sure that you're checking for the COVID specifications. But here you go. You got some people. There's our friend Roland Mann. There's Jay. You got Brent Larson. You got we wish Stephanie a speedy recovery. She's found some medical stuff. And you go. John Crawford's going to be part of it. You got the guest performers. Phantasagormia, and by the way, they were part of one of our events this year and did an amazing job, so we're real appreciative of that. So, and then you get some vendors, and then there'll be some photos, and you got a lot of vendors here going on, some guests that we talked about, food truck. You got Dave's Comics, Comic Central. I'm going to actually try to make it out there just to be a fan, to support them. So that's going to be on my calendar. By the way, this is January 17th in Florida. Dland is a part of Florida. Oops, I don't know. Oh, wait, never mind. It clicked. Maybe you guys are just checking it out and you're getting really fast. Go to their Facebook page right here, and we'll get some more information that they just posted. It's Sunday. Here we go. There's their address. It's going to be in the Wasilla County Fairgrounds in New York Avenue. It's in Dland, Florida. It's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., so a 6-hour show. Admission is just $5 at the door. You must always wear a mask. Remember to always wash your hands. Always practice social distancing. and use sanitizer and disinfectant areas at any time during the event. Management reserves the right to ask attendees to leave if not adhering to the COVID rules. So please do that. If you feel or are sick, please do not attend, and rest and heal before attending. And no pets will be allowed during the event. So here you go, guys. This is pretty cut and dry for at least the next few months. We'll have to wait and see how the rest of the year pans out. But for now, we have some shows. We'll talk about some shows. Speaking of talking about some shows, here we go. I showed you the August thing. And if you notice, it says Comic-Con exits 4/8/12 to 8/21. No forecast up there yet because this is pretty far away. But the news came in yesterday. We are looking forward to an awesome MegaCon Orlando this year. We announced our March 2021 show dates, and we're optimistic. However, their friendly neighborhood MegaCon squad also secured backup dates just in case. Although they had hoped to see you sooner, their spidey senses have helped them decide to go with their plan B so they can deliver you the safest, best possible fan experience. With that, MegaCon Orlando 21 will take place from August 12th to 15th, 21 at the Orange County Convention Center. Admission tickets, all tickets and add-ons will automatically be transferred to the MegaCon Orlando 21 in August. No action on your part is required, or refunds are available up to 2 weeks before the show. There are hotel reservations. If you reserved a room from one of their official hotels, please contact them with our plans. If you are booked another hotel or the property, get in touch with them about your reservation. Thank you for sticking with them. You're truly awesome, and they can't wait to see you this summer. Until then, stay tuned for exciting updates as we work hard, or as they work hard, I should say, to put on an amazing show for you guys. The MegaCon Orlando team. I get it, and you can see my words right here. This is for me. I get it. I'm upset, but I get it. It's very true. I get it. I really hoped to see it sooner, but hey, it is what it is. I get it. Safety first. I already know of a scheduling conflict, and one of the things that we're going to have to watch here is, and this is very important, you guys are going to have to check with your, please check with your conventions to make sure that the conventions are going on as scheduled. I want you guys to all understand things are going to change. There's already a conflict for me where Tampa Bay Comic-Con and Raleigh GalaxyCon are going to now happen on the same weekend, and they are just too far apart and happening on the exact same days. I will now have to choose to give up a show if nothing changes. However, everything is up in the air. I stress this to everyone. For now, expect nothing. Expect there to be no certain way forward. And I wish I could tell you that it was different, but it's not. We're just going to have to bear together and understand this is going to have to be how it is going to be for now. But we're going to get past this. We're going to get to a point where we see more and more cons come back. The bigger ones will return. The COMiX Con Highway will be a thing. It will be Route 21. We can't wait to get back to it. I know there's so many of you who are dying to get back to a convention. I know I am. I can't wait to announce my dates and where I'll be. Fingers crossed it won't be too long. With that in mind, I'm going to sign off for today and remind you that this is brought to you by the Comics News Wire as well. This is part of the Comics News Wire. So this show will be on Thursdays at 11 a.m. for now, as needed, eventually weekly. Stay safe. Make your plans. Make sure to be flexible with them and know that things are going to happen. Be patient as we go from the great pause to the great restart. I'll see you on the COMiX Con Highway sometime this year.